Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on Wyln News. I'm Julia Wiegand. 2 people were taken into custody following a weekend burglary in Nanticoke. A home was broken into at the 100 block of East Noble Street around 6 Sunday morning. Police allege that 32-year-old William McDowell and 28-year-old Erica Bowersox entered the residence through a kitchen window. The owner of the home found the pair, confronted them, and ended up chasing McDowell down the street, holding him until police arrived. 29-year-old Nicholas Jemelowski is said to be a person of interest in the burglary, along with other burglaries that have taken place within the past few months. McDowell and Bowersox were charged with burglary, criminal trespass, and prowling at night. Both are now being held at Luzerne County Prison. A Kingston man found himself behind bars after allegedly selling drugs in Luzerne County. A warrant was issued Friday at a home on James Street, where police found and arrested 45-year-old John Raymond Patera. Authorities seized crack cocaine, marijuana, rifles, and other drug paraphernalia. Patera was arraigned on possession with intent to deliver and possession of a controlled substance. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $20,000 bail. Authorities are investigating a suspected arson that occurred over the weekend in Schuylkill County. A fire broke out Sunday morning on Lofty Road near Delno. Officials say someone allegedly dumped 2 large piles of shingles and tires and set them on fire at the property of the former cable recycling plant. That arson is currently being investigated in Schuylkill County. High winds yesterday were blamed for some power outages in Luzerne and Schuylkill counties. PPL reports that thousands of customers were without power Sunday morning, resulting from the weather and tripped breakers. Most customers in the Tamaqua area reported loss of power around 7:30 a.m. Crews from PPL were busy throughout the day removing downed tree limbs from power lines. Most homes were said to have their power back on later that morning and early that afternoon. Luzerne County is set to hold a public hearing and vote tomorrow on Councilman Walker Griffith's proposed ballot question, allowing the legislative body to retain its own solicitor. Griffith wants the county's home rule charter to be amended by voters, arguing council's reliance on the county law office creates an inherent conflict because the office falls under supervision of the county manager. The amendment would appear on the primary election ballot April 28th, and, if approved by voters, Griffith proposes the council make its solicitor a part-time position with no pension or health insurance benefits. Tuesday's public hearing starts at 6 p.m. at the county courthouse on River Street in Wilkes-Barre, followed by that voting session. 4 people faced drug charges after a traffic stop in East Union Township Sunday night. According to state police at Frackville, 21-year-old William Bennett of Hazleton was pulled over Sunday night for a traffic stop around 11:30 and found to be impaired while driving the vehicle. He was taken into custody for driving under the influence. The 3 passengers in the vehicle, Alexis Cantener, Jeremy Leskowich, and Christian Cantor, all of Hazel Township, were found to be in possession of controlled substances. The trio will be charged with drug possession. A Mackinac man was sentenced 5 to 10 years in state prison Thursday on nearly 500 counts of child pornography. 56-year-old Gary Douthat admitted to viewing child pornography for about 15 years prior to his arrest by state police in December of 2018. Douthat, a former U.S. Army policeman, was arrested by state police December 12th of 2018 after a video being shared on a file-sharing website depicted sex between juveniles and adults was traced to his home. Numerous electronic devices were seized during a search of his home, resulting in 75 videos depicting graphic sex acts being performed on children. Douthat pled guilty to 498 felony counts of possession of child pornography, must serve 5 years probation upon his release, and register his address for 15 years under the state's Megan's Law. A man was injured after being struck by a vehicle that sped away on Route 315 this past Wednesday morning. Police say the hit-and-run crash happened around 6:15 Wednesday, January 8th, when a man riding a bicycle was struck by a vehicle. The driver of the vehicle failed to remain at the scene and was last seen traveling south on Route 315. The bicyclist was transported to a local hospital. Anyone who witnessed the crash or has any information is being asked to call Plains Township Police at 570-829-3432. Coming up on Wyln News, there's a vacancy within the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office. Plus, we say goodbye to Chili's in Wilkes-Barre. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Well, showers tomorrow with a high of 42 and a low of 36. Wednesday shows some sun, high of 46, low of 36. Looks pretty dry until the weekend, though. We'll be right back.
The Falvella Law Firm, located at 641 Route 93 in Sugarloaf, offers help with car and truck accidents, wills, powers of attorney, and estates. With a small team of attorneys, they work directly with each and every client, serving all of northeastern Pennsylvania. They are proud to offer legal services that make a real difference to you. Call them at 570-788-4191.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about visiting a restaurant that has a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we'll be featuring on our show. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Jeff Bonomo and his co-host, Alan Giannetti, welcome you into the world of craft beer, great wine, and good food. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops.
A secondary vacancy arose in the district attorney's office after veteran Luzerne County Detective Richard Capitano retired. Detective Daniel Becky died back in October following a recent illness. District Attorney Stephanie Salavantis recently hired Sean Williams to fill Beck's position and is in the process of selecting someone for Capitano's position. Under union agreements, detectives start at $47,358. According to the county's newly released monthly personnel report, Capitano retired December 31st and was making $53.66 per hour. $8.3 million from the unassigned fund balance was used to fill the gaps in Schuylkill County's 2020 budget. Between revenues and expenditures, county commissioners said they'll continue to do this when necessary to avoid deficits. Commissioners used $8.3 million of the $13.9 million in the unassigned fund balance to even the budget. Including all funds, 2020's budget totals out to more than $137 million. The money on reserve gives the county more financial flexibility if unforeseen expenses arise. The alternative would be borrowing the money and issuing a tax anticipation note, costing some of those tax receipts when they come in. Chili's closed its doors for the last time this past Saturday in Wilkes-Barre. No explanation was given, but this isn't the first restaurant to close abruptly in the area. Arby's inside the mall closed October last year with no warning. Sonic unexpectedly closed as well back in April of 2018. 8 puppies were welcomed at the Carbon County Animal Shelter just days after Christmas. The shelter in Nesquehoning cares for lost, abandoned, and homeless dogs in Carbon County. 2 of the shelter's residents gave birth on the same day. The pit bull mixed pups are expected to be ready for adoption by February 28th. Officials at the shelter would also like to see the 2 young moms, Reba and Pumpkin, get adopted as well. 17 dogs and the 8 puppies are currently being housed in Carbon County. Anyone interested in adoption can schedule a shelter visit, which is open Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. You can contact Carbon County Animal Shelter at 570-325-4828. Coming up on Sun Valley's News Choice, we've got details on this year's American Cancer Society Telethon and Community in You. Plus, Knoebels gets a new ride. Stay with us.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. Now contracting life-sharing and respite providers, CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community.
There are 125 used car dealers in town, but there's only one Churras. Quality vehicle since 1954. Voted the best used car dealer. Check out their inventory, see something you like, take a test ride. Churras Auto Sales. Call 570-454-7229.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options. WYLN, first in live local sports. The winter sports season is here. Catch these games live on WYLN this week.
Welcome to Community and You. I'm Paula Degnan, and if Jane Doherty is here, that must mean
it's almost time.
It's almost time. What is this? 40?
It will be time for the 42nd Annual American Cancer Society Telethon.
Wow, it's amazing. And when is it coming up?
Saturday, February 22nd.
Oh, that's not too far. Where are we going to be?
We'll be at Premier Catering at Genetti Ballrooms.
Okay, so we have all of that, and now we have to get into the nitty-gritty. You have a theme this year. What is it?
We do. It's 42, determined to find a cure through all we do. I'm not there all 42.
Not all 42.
But close.
Close.
Close. And there are many changes, and the biggest change, the best change, is that we now have survivors who will come forward and tell their story. 42 years ago, there were no cancer survivors.
Yeah.
Now the world is much different, and there are many survivors, and most of them are willing to come on and tell us their story.
And I think one of the best parts about that, too, is the fact that the survivors that you're talking to are all local.
Yes, they are. Most of them have been treated locally, so they have stories to tell about how the American Cancer Society was able to help them. And they tell us about their doctors, and they tell us about their caregivers, who are very important to the process, the caregivers and the family members. And it's a delight to see them when they're survivors. Of course, you're a survivor the day you're diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But we have survivors who've been in 30 years, 20 years, and they wear that like a badge of honor.
As well, they should. Absolutely. So give us an idea, Jane, of what the American Cancer Society, because when we do the telethon every year, we're raising funds. And what exactly do those funds go toward?
We do have a local office in Hazleton. It's housed in the Cancer Treatment Center on East Broad Street. We have volunteer staff there several days a week. We will also meet anyone there at any time if they can't make those hours. So some of our money goes towards administrative things related to having an office and staff for that office. We do a program called Road to Recovery. That's a very big part of our fundraising. So if you need a ride to treatment, you can get a free ride as many times as you need it. We have people who get rides 5 days a week for 6 weeks.
Wow.
And they have a volunteer driver who will pick them up at their home, take them to treatment, wait for them, and take them back home again.
That I didn't know. I thought everything was...
Nope.
No.
We have about 18 volunteer drivers who give very generously of their time, and most of them will take you anywhere you need to go.
Wow, that is an amazing thing. What
So
else?
That's huge. And another big part of fundraising goes for research. We have conquered some cancers and been able to treat some cancers because of the research that happens. And the American Cancer Society plays a big role in research for finding cancer treatments and cures. We have funded 43 Nobel Prize winners in the field of cancer research.
Wow, I didn't know that either. How did you get involved?
My very first beginning was because I was a member of the Leadership Hazleton class, and they said, okay, now your class is over, now what are you going to do with yourself? For what group are you going to volunteer? For what agency are you going to find yourself some time? And I said, well, where do you need me the most? And a couple of my friends, including Clemmy Yamona, who's our longtime co-chair, said, we need you at the telethon. So there I went, and here I still am.
and I think, well, Clemmy, geez, what would we do without Clemmy?
And no one says no to Clemmy.
No one says no to Clemmy, even Jane.
No, not even Jane. And of course, my family was also touched by cancer, as most of our families have been. So once that happens, then you realize, again, how important it is to fight for this cause. The very first thing is to call the phone number, 570-459-1212. We'll connect you to a local staff person. They will talk you through whatever it is you need today. You can register for ACS services. That's usually done online, but the staff will help you if you're unsure of that or don't have a computer, or maybe you're just feeling too apprehensive right now. Someone will talk you through that. You can go to cancer.org anytime, and that's a good thing too. So if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're awake thinking, what is this all about? What's my treatment going to involve? How am I ever going to pay for this? All of those questions. Cancer.org is the American Cancer Society's website, and that will answer just about all of your questions.
Jane, I want you to look right out at the folks out there and give us the date, give us the where, give us the when, and most importantly, the why.
The why. Well, the why because, number one, it's the right thing to do, and we've all been touched by cancer in some way. Our telethon is an educational piece, so we're not only asking for your money, we're hoping to provide you with information. We do a project with second graders in the school district and all of the schools in the area for the telethon, where they create a decoration. But it's more than a decoration, it's an educational piece, because second graders can tell their parents not to smoke, or to eat healthy, or to get more exercise. So our telethon is a very important educational tool as well. We will have doctors and other medical professionals on talking about cancer treatments and advances. We'll have the survivors telling their stories. So there are many reasons to tune into our telethon. If you want to come to our telethon, we'll be having bingo, we'll be having a mini health fair, we're packed with entertainment for the 12 hours that we're on the air. There'll be 50-50 tickets, a wonderful bake sale, and tricky trays. So you can do both. You can visit us, then watch the rest of it on TV, or you can watch it on TV all day.
And as a matter of fact, it's here.
It is.
It's here on WYLN.
It will be broadcast, as always, through the generosity of the Gans family and WYLN TV. It's on Saturday, February 22nd. It's from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and we'll be at Premier Catering at Genetti Ballrooms.
And we hope that you will join us either on television or live and support the American Cancer Society. 42. I'm Paula Degnan with Jane Doherty, and we'll see you again on Community and You.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Your exciting new TV experience is here. Smarter, faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps, all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered, personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
Tune in every Sunday night on Wyln from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on Wyln. I'll see you in the ring.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Ricardo. I'm running for president of Tacoland. This guy right here is fake. I know what it takes to make a real taco with a real corn tortilla with the cilantro, onions, and salsa. That's right. If you vote for me, I promise you, I will teach you how to make a real taco. That's right. Tune in to WYLN Channel 35, Cooking with Jay Zapata. That's right. Tune in, vote for me, and guess what? You're going to have the best tacos ever.
Knoebels kicks off their 94th season with promises of a new ride coming to the amusement resort. Tornado is expected to be ready for the park's 2020 opening day, April 25th. 8 cars holding 4 passengers each will spin and tilt 20 degrees, lifting cars up to 15 feet from ground level. The twist is, passengers have all the control, being able to choose their thrill level. But as a new ride joins the lineup, a staple attraction will say its farewell. Retiring after more than 20 years of 85-foot-high magic carpet rides, 1001 Nacht will be saying goodbye to Knoebels. Christ Lutheran Church in Hazleton has announced 2 upcoming events just in time for the big football game and Valentine's Day. You can place your orders for the Soup and Hoagie sale to get ready for this year's big football game. Meat and cheese hoagies are for sale, along with quart-sized potato, chicken, or unstuffed pepper soup. Orders must be placed by January 26th by calling 570-751-6717 and mark your calendars for the Valentine's Dinner and Dance fundraiser Saturday, February 15th from 5 until 7 p.m. Tickets are $25 and include a buffet, beverages, and entertainment. Call Angela to make your reservations at 570-751-6717. Events will be taking place in the Wilkes-Barre area to honor the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The NAACP's Wilkes-Barre branch released their schedule that includes a community event at the Luzerne County Courthouse Friday, January 17th at 6 p.m. King's College will host a program at 11 a.m. January 20th on the 3rd floor of the Sheehy Farmer Campus Center. The NAACPs will also participate in the NEPA Women's March Saturday, January 18th at 11 a.m. at Millennium Circle on the Wilkes-Barre Riverfront. And lastly, Wilkes University will host a call for national unity at 11 a.m. Thursday, January 23rd. The public is encouraged to attend. And that's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. If you'd like to see an event promoted on our newscast, visit WYLNTV.com to submit a request form. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.